Alright guys, we are out here today with VetteSource, where we're taking a look and checking our Road Boss 2004 Yukon XL 3/4 ton 2500 with the 8.1 liter 496 big block. That if you guys have never been with me before, I've got a few videos documenting this truck and our rebuild of it here for the channel. But there's a curious thing about these this GMT 800 series of trucks that were 3/4 ton. I'm just checking my relay in there. The options or lack of options this truck did not have, or the 3/4 ton and one trucks did not get, which was surprisingly they did not receive tire pressure monitoring system. Now I don't know if that was just because of software requirements, or they weren't able to handle the radio receivers weren't able to handle in the sensors themselves couldn't handle higher ratings, because these tires in the front are 50 pounds and in the back are 80 pounds. So I'm not sure what the reason was. Maybe if somebody knows about that, they can comment. And I'm pretty sure out of all 5 of my 3/4 1-ton trucks of this series, the GMT 800, none of them have the tire pressure monitoring system. I thought it was just a fluke at first, and I realized the more I looked in it that they did not have that system. So with that being said, I'm a big believer in checking my tire pressures before I go on a road trip, especially this is our road trip vehicle. So I had a vendor that reached out to me and said, hey, would you highlight these tire pressure sensors on your channel? And I said, sure, I'll do this, because it's something that for me I can use. There's a practical use for this. So this vendor here is Tymate. They make a tire pressure monitoring system. Of course, the verbiage here: fast leakage alarm, high-low pressure alarm, high temperature, and it shows real-time individual tire data. Now, I did go ahead and I received these in a few weeks ago, and I've had time to use these, so I'll give you an example, or I'll let you know how they worked out after I show you, illustrate how we put these on. So pretty standard packaging. You've got 4 sensors that are located based on position that they need to be on the vehicle: left front, left rear, right front, right rear. And then you have your adapter here that plugs into your cigarette lighter with your data screen. And then underneath here, I'll show you in a second if I can do this, you also have your accessories bag, which includes a wrench, extra gaskets to seal up, valve stem caps, and also locking nuts to keep those on there. And this is actually to tear the sensor or take the sensor apart if you need to. I'll show you that in a second. So comes with instructions. Pretty simple, pretty basic, right? Plug the display and the cigarette lighter to power on. Then you install the sensor. You got the monitor and accessories, charging socket, signal booster is an option for a trailer. I have not looked into that, so I don't know if they have that or not. Well, I'm not sure if that's still available. We'll see. You got the sensor, the hex wrench, battery tool, spare O-rings, and the hex nuts. And then essentially it's literally just installing into your socket there. You go ahead and plug the display in, screw the anti-theft screw on there, I'll show you. Screw the sensor clockwise onto the tire, and then use the wrench to tighten the hex nut counterclockwise so it keeps people from stealing them, okay? And it's really, like I said, there's pretty basic. So let's go ahead. I'm going to show you how this works, right? I'm trying to think if there's anything that can I tell you before we leave here. Again, I'm sorry, it shows you on the display the tire pressure, tire temperature, low battery sensor, and then it'll tell you if you actually have a low tire pressure there, okay? High pressure, low pressure, high temperature, fast leakage, sensory low battery, sensory loss signal. And that's pretty much it. Okay, yeah, and you can also adjust the display brightness. So let's get these on. And actually, first, let me go ahead and show you what this tool is for. So this is a pretty simple little bit here. It's basically just a valve stem with a pressure sensor or pressure port in there that you screw in, and then what it does, it translates that pressure and then sends it to your this device right here, the dongle. So what we're going to do is I'll show you what they do for you here. These literally take a watch battery to keep them powered up. So if you ever have to change the battery, you'll see that there's notches on here that do this right here. And you can put this backwards on there. Let me see if I can do this one-handed. See if I can get that on there. Get it in the right orientation. I'm trying. Right, let me make sure I get it on the right side. Hang on. There we go, okay. Put that on there like that. And then you're just going to turn it counterclockwise. And that will unscrew it. And if you ever have a low battery situation, there's your battery right there. And it just takes literally just a watch battery. I think that's it's a CR1632. So it just takes a small watch battery, okay? So we're gonna screw this one back in. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the locking feature on this. If I can get this bag open one-handed, we'll see if I can do this. There we go, all right. So let's go ahead and dump these out into here. Okay, all right. And there's an inner bag, of course. All right. This is gonna make this hard for me. What is it in plastic bags as you get older? I don't know what to do with the bag. So, all right, let's go ahead and grab a lock and lock nut out of here. So that way you can see what's involved in this process. Let's take our pieces out there with us to the Yukon and we will install these real quick. So, pretty simple, stupid, okay? Left front, we're gonna go here. I don't actually have a cap on there right now, but we're gonna screw that one on, the locking lug. And then we will screw the left front on there. And you'll hear that's normal till you get it tightened. And then you can take the locking cap or nut, tighten that up. I'm just gonna do it hand tight for now, so we have a fit on there. And I'm just gonna do that one right now, okay? So let's get this other one out. The one thing I do like about this is it's about literally a 5-minute setup. So you don't actually even have to leave these on the vehicle. I decided I'm not going to, simply because I would rather leave them off while I'm in town, because I can just check that as I go. But on the road and you're on the open interstate, it's actually nice to have these on here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, screw those on. Now the only thing aesthetically I did notice about these, and I'm just being picky, is that they're kind of obtrusive. You can notice these are sticking out of here, and I doubt that these would take a direct hit because the body of them is pretty lightweight, not heavy duty. So this thing here just plugs straight into our dongle, and it'll come on, and it will actually show us battery voltage to start, which is actually, I really like that feature, simply because you can see what your battery is doing. Alright, so we fire that up, and then we got, let me go ahead and take that light off there so you can kind of see the display a little bit better. So you can see as it gets situated and it's there. We have 49 pounds in the front left, 54 in the front right. Temperatures are 84, 82, or 81. And then 79 left rear, 78 right rear with 81 and 82 respectively. Now a cool feature here about this is that you can take that, press it, oh wait, no, it's this one down here. And it gives your battery voltage, which is a nice feature to have. You go back to your setting here, and this also, the one thing I found for me, and that's not for everybody, when I'm in a dark environment after dark or before dawn, when you're driving on the road, this was a little bit too bright for me. I prefer more of a aircraft low light setting with the lighting, so it's not a distraction. This was a little bit too bright, but the good thing about this is you can actually change the setting as far as how bright this is. So I do like this. So overall, I'm going to give this one a go. I really do like this piece. I like the functionality of it. I like the fact that I can see in real time, especially if I'm towing a broken car or a trailer or something else, a heavy load. I would have liked to have had the booster pack that came with it, but I didn't think about ordering that with this one or asking them to send it along to show how that works with the system, because I believe the menu screen will actually change once you have the booster pack on there. So overall, I'm going to say I'm going to give this a go, thumbs up, right? Something you definitely might want to have if you got your trucks like I do that don't have tire pressure monitoring system, and even for older cars. I'm sure this would work for even like some of my older cars from the 90s that do not have this system, unlike the Corvettes in 96 that had this system that I showed you guys one time. But those are really a pain in the butt to get those set up, simply because they're inside the tire, not outside. And there's, of course, you've got data ports here to be able to connect for external data and charging if you need to. I bet you'd be willing to you'd be able to charge this if you didn't have a functioning port here. You could charge it from the side and still have a readout of that. Definitely a good piece of equipment though. Let me know what you guys think, if you've ever used one of these before or had an experience with one of these, and let me know what your feedback is on them. So you can also check the link below in my description. I did provide a link for this, so you can get this at a discounted price. So let me know what you see, alright? Thanks for stopping by, guys, and I will talk to you next time. See you then.